It's Powerback time on the Gutsy Podcast, your 20-minute boost to reclaim and refocus your energy. Get ready to have bursts of clarity, a boost of confidence, and the practical steps you need to make gutsy moves forward. You've got big things to do, so let's get your power back. You say that you want something, and deep down, you know you're ready for it, but it's stretchy, it's new, it's unknown, it feels a little uneasy, and your way of feeling comfortable is to control it. You know, the need to have a perfectly curated plan, have all the details mapped out, fixating on every possible outcome or question, and preparing for things that don't even exist. And why? Because if you're doing something, then you're productive, right? Except it's rarely the thing that you need to do to move forward. The need to control everything, it's keeping you stuck. On today's Powerback episode, I'm going to teach you how to release the white-knuckled death grip that you have on this change, so you can enjoy the benefits of having it instead of wishing for it someday. If you're ready to break the busy loop and make the moves that matter, this is going to be your episode. The first thing that I need to say here, control is a lie. I'm sorry. Control is a lie. It's an illusion. It gives us a sense of togetherness, of having things in order, of feeling in control of ourselves and a situation. Like we are puppeteering and handling everything. That is the form of control. That is a lie. Okay. There is a different type of control, and that is intentional. When you're grounded in yourself, when you're making moves that matter, like when you are really thinking through things and you're asking for help, you're trying new things, you're going after the stuff that you really want, that's a different kind of control. Do you feel that energy shift? Like when you're trying to keep a hand on everything and oh, if I just white knuckle this, everything is going to be okay, versus hey, I'm going to move with intention. I don't know all the details. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm going to make a move. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to go after something. That's very intentional control. So not all control is bad or fucks with you. We just have to ask ourselves, where is our intention? Is this truly productive control, meaning I'm helping my future self? Or is this perceived or pretend productivity, where I feel like I'm doing a lot of shit, but I'm actually not moving? Or better yet, I'm moving in circles, right? Like intentional control, you are moving forward. Perceived control, that stuff that's making you feel productive, but you're not actually, that stuff is keeping you in a circle. Okay. So just as a very bird's eye quick view, are you moving in circles or are you moving forward? And you might argue with me and be like, yeah, Laura, the things I'm doing are moving forward. They're important. I need to do them. And I get that. I get it. I could argue and also say that tinkering my website for the next 4 hours is moving me forward because I'm making my content better. And if that's an intentional project where I'm dedicating the time, see where the difference in the control here is? It's a choice. That's very different than I'm doing this because it feels quick and it feels easy. And it means that I don't have to do the bigger thing that I actually really need to do. But it's that bigger thing that stretches us, that move that you need to make that you've been putting off or avoiding, the conversation that you need to have that you just don't want to deal with. Or the thing that you need to do or research or look into, it's just not as exciting or as glamorous as some of the other things. See, when things get stretchy, meaning you're getting out of your comfort zone, it's new, so you're not sure how to navigate it. You don't know what the outcome is going to be. It's an unknown space or territory. What do we love to do? The shit that we know. You know how to attempt to create a perfectly curated plan. I mean, we can plan for months or years, but that's not exactly getting it done, is it? You know how to fixate on every possible outcome, all the different questions, the what ifs. You want every little detail mapped out. You want to be in control. But here's the line that's going to either make you want to punch me in the face or give me a hug or maybe a little bit of both, and I'm okay with that. Control is simply procrastination dressed up as productivity. Yes, I will say that one more time. Control is simply procrastination dressed up as productivity. When you're fixated on creating a perfectly curated plan, like you want all the details, you want it all mapped out, you want to have the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, you want to know what the weather's going to be like that day, you want to have your desk in a certain order, you want to make sure that the curtains are hung before you do this thing. Oh, and of course, we want to lose 10 pounds before we do this thing as well. Like, do you see what I'm saying? It's procrastination. You're doing everything other than the moves that you actually need to make. It's perceived safety. It's perceived familiarity. The control is doing the things that you already know how to do. The things that give you a quick fix. The things that make you feel productive. These are old reliable. And if you keep doing those things, then guess what? You don't have time to do the new thing. You can keep talking about it, but never really fully get out of your comfort zone. It's like having one foot in and one foot out. You really want the thing, but you're still anchored in having what you know. All this control is like, if I'm doing something, then I'm productive. And if I'm productive, then I'm tricking myself to say that I'm doing the bigger thing. Except it's rarely, if ever, the move that you actually need to make. The gutsy move that's going to move it forward. Control keeps you wishing, not having. It keeps you stuck in a loop, not moving forward, having a lot of things to do, feeling really busy and sometimes really productive, but not actually getting any closer to having this thing that you want. Control is keeping you busy. I don't have time for this thing. I don't have energy for this thing. Control is keeping you saying someday instead of simply having it, living it, working on and towards it. And you want to know the craziest part about all this is that once you release that sense of control, the need to have it all figured out, the need to have all these details, that white knuckling part, if you simply release your grip just a little bit, things begin to flow. In Auraline, the mastermind, this conversation has come up a lot lately. And it's this call forward, this realization that like, hey, this is not helping me. This isn't serving me. This is not helping me to achieve my goals. So what do I need to do instead? I'll tell you a quick story. One of the members, she's freaking killing it. I mean, she's doing the thing that she's been talking about wanting to do for months at this point. She's a fellow speaker and she's been telling me like, Laura, I need to be seen. I need to be visible. I need people to know that they can hire me to speak and to come in and work with their teams. And her control activity, the thing that has made her feel really productive, very satisfied, very like, oh, I did a bunch of things, is creating a database, okay? A back-end system. Again, there is a time and a place for these things. I'm not saying a back-end database or system is not important, but what she realized through the work that we were doing is that she was doing that as a way to feel productive without actually having to get fully uncomfortable to get the thing that she really wants, which is to get booked to speak. So she woke up one Monday and was like, oh, I'm going to go work on the database, and then realized, shit, this is that thing. I'm trying to control this. I'm trying to stay safe. What do I really need to do? I need to pitch myself. I need to pull together my keynote pitch, and I need to have this document that's easy to use. And so I'm not recreating the wheel each time. So instead of hiding and creating the database, and instead of controlling who's going to find her and how are they going to find her and how many is she going to book next year and just all that, like I need to have all of that figured out first before I can pitch, she just simply streamlined her pitch. She wrote the keynote out. She got all the details in a Google Doc. And you know what? She messaged me and said, Laura, I pitched 6 events and it was so easy. She thought she was going to go back to the database as like a little treat. And like, hey, I did the big girl thing and now I'm going to go do the thing that I really wanted to do. She's not touched it yet because she's having fun sending her information out, finding these events. She's in forward motion. This is control at its finest because it's intentional movement. This type of control will serve her for years because it's creating momentum. And momentum creates more clarity. It helps her to be seen. It helps her to be heard. And ultimately, it helps her to get booked to speak. My favorite part about this is she has surprised herself. She's like, I thought this was going to be really hard and really daunting. I thought I had to have so many other pieces in place first before I could move forward with this. Turns out this is the thing that I needed. This was the activity that I needed to focus on all along, but I was putting it off because I was afraid to be seen. I thought it was going to be bigger and more complicated than what it actually is. And I wanted the circumstances to be just right before I started to put my name out there. This micro shift is monumental. And that's one of the coolest things about this is you don't have to make big moves all the time. It's often the small moves that create the big impact, the bigger ripple effect. But it begins with the mind shift that control is not about being productive and busy. Control is not about perfection and having all the details just right. Control is about making intentional moves. Because when you make intentional moves, you show up differently. You magnetize differently. You call in opportunities differently. People can see and sense and feel the shift in your energy. And the best part is things get easier. So much easier when you trust yourself. When you make this move, when you go after the thing you've been avoiding, when you just lean in and you're like, I don't know, I don't have it all figured out. And that's okay. And it's okay because I believe in myself. I believe in my ability to figure this out. I believe in my ability to be resourceful, to ask questions, to lean on support. I believe in this vision that I have. I'm being called towards something new or different or bigger or expansive or just feels fucking right for this chapter of my life. I no longer have the time or capacity to spin around in this fake sense of control. Gutsy women gain control by doing, by being, by showing up, by doing the work that everyone else keeps avoiding. That choice, that move that the Aura Line member made this week, that's going to open up opportunities that give her financial control. It's going to give her a chance to build her confidence, giving her emotional control. It's going to shorten her work hours, giving her control back of her time. Friend, I want you to hear me loud and clearly. It's time to start choosing the moves that give you aligned control. The lifestyle that you crave, the happiness that you are hungry to find again, the financial freedom that you know exists, the deep soul fulfillment of doing the work you know that you're called to do. That type of control doesn't come from busy, productive bullshit. It comes from getting very clear and honest about what it is that you actually want. Consciously deciding and choosing that this is for me and I'm going to go after it. And then choosing one next step to take towards it. And then after you make that move and you want to go tinker around on your website for 4 hours, then friend, have at it. So I'm going to close this out today by giving you 3 questions that you can sink your teeth into, you can journal on, that you can put on a sticky note and be like, well, damn, Laura, it's okay. These are questions to not only get you to think, but ultimately to get you to move. So the first one is, where are you tinkering versus doing something that matters? You heard me talk about the website. I'm tinkering the website. I'm tinkering my social media accounts. I'm tinkering the junk drawer in the kitchen. I'm tinkering the washroom. I'm color coding folders on my desktop. You know what I mean? Like we just find these little things where we're like, oh, that little thing needs to be done. And then we go down this rabbit hole and 3 hours later, we've like redone a whole thing. And my gosh, it sends us down a path and nothing really truly that matters gets done. So what are you currently tinkering with? Or what's your go-to tinkering thing? When you see it, you catch it, you know it, you understand it. Instead, ask yourself, what move do I need to do that matters today? I'm not taking away your tinkering. I love a good tinker as well. But I first want you to put that time and energy into the move that matters. The phone call you've been needing to make, the question you've been needing to ask, the email that you've been needing to send, the part of the process that you've been needing to create, right? Like, where is the bottleneck? What is the thing that you're like, well, without this thing, I can't do the rest of the things? That's a move that matters. That kind of pairs into this next one, which is, what are you avoiding? We love to avoid the move that matters, because this is where we get stretchy. This is where we start to exit the comfort zone and enter I'm uncomfortable. This is uncharted territory. This is where we feel a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more seen, a little bit more like, where is the safety net on, around, and underneath of me? When you feel that kind of stretchiness, that uneasiness, maybe some butterflies in the stomach, right? Like you're feeling all the feels. Friend, I'm telling you, that's your lean-in point. That's the gutsy move that you're ready to make. That's the one that matters. And I see it all the time in both Auraline and inside the Gutsy Collective. This is usually one of those things where it's like, oh, I made this a way bigger deal than what it actually is. Once I did this or tried this or started this, it didn't take me half as long as I thought it was going to, or I'm enjoying it again. So step back for just a hot second, and I want you to look at, what is the move that you've been avoiding? You've been resisting. You've been hesitating doing. Your biggest breakthrough, your next aha moment is on the other side of that door. I can promise you that. And lastly, what do you need to decide? See, this sense of control is like, well, if I don't decide, then I can control how I feel, how I move, what I'm doing, because once I decide, then I have to do something about it. I have to follow through. I have to take an action. I have to get uncomfortable. I have to try new things. And it's like, well, I'm just not going to decide. I'm going to keep wavering. And then that will keep me planted here. That's going to keep me in control. But if you remember from about 10 minutes ago, that is the type of control that is keeping you spinning in a circle. If you want things to start moving, if you want to start to get some clarity, if you just want to feel like you can exhale for a second, make a decision, because I can promise you that wavering back and forth is draining your energy. It's sucking the creativity out of your ass. It does not allow you to move forward, because if you haven't committed to anything, then how on earth can you possibly go all in on it? When I decided to create Auraline, the mastermind, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have all the details. I didn't have it all figured out. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to try this. I feel called towards this. I'm going to lean in. And when I decided I was going to go in, the name for it at that point hadn't existed yet. I was driving in my car and the name just like dropped out of the sky into my brain and out of my mouth. The messaging that then supported the name of the program started to pour out of me. Talking about it became easy and fun and electric. And guess what? The program is half full. And the cherry on top, maybe the best part about all of this, besides trusting myself, is that all of the women in this group are now doing their thing. They're making their gutsy moves. They are getting out of their own way. And we're having conversations around control. And now here we are having a conversation on the Gutsy podcast about it. Like, because I trusted myself and I did my thing, now other women get to win. Friend, that's fucking winning. That's gutsy top tier. So you just never know how your yes to yourself, your movement, how that's going to create a positive ripple effect in the people's lives around you and the people that you haven't even met yet. So I'll ask you again, what do you need to decide? Where are you ready to go all in? And that doesn't mean that you have to flip the whole table over and you don't have to have all the details figured out. It's simply telling yourself, your mind, your body, and the universe that, hey, I'm ready and I'm going to do this. You've been hearing me talk about Auraline, so if you're feeling kind of curious, if you feel like this might be a right next move for you, you can go to LauraAura.com/mastermind to learn all about the program. And if you're a hell yes all in, there's an application for you to get your enrollment started. And if you're not sure what the right next move for you is, then let's hop on a clarity session. It's a no pressure 30-minute session, you and I, for you to ask the questions so we can identify what the right next move for you is. I'll drop that link below in the show notes, but you can also go to LauraAura.com/clarity. I'd love to hear the answers to at least one of the questions that I asked you today. So come find me on social. My handle is @LauraAura. Send me a DM and tell me either what you've been tinkering, what you've been avoiding, or what you are deciding. Again, my handle is @LauraAura. And as always, until I see you next time, stay gutsy.